Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy Jones here on behalf of the Nullmark Broadcast Network with my sidekick Ricindo Caballero and Charlie Fairbrush on the camera. We're just testing mics. The JV game is still going. It was in a 1-1 tie. As far as one set, they play the best of 3 at the JV level. It is 14-11 here in this last set.
Third and final game.
14-12. So Loving needs 1 point. Eunice needs at least 3, probably 4 to win this sucker. And they're going at it. We're just trying to test our mics. So testing, microphone check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
1, 2, 1, 2, check. In, out, volleyball, Cardinals. I say those words because they're keywords, and we know we use them a lot. So rotation.
Yeah, so we'll usually we're about a minute or 2 behind.
And right now the score is 4-4 for the JV game in the third set.
14-14.
Yes, sir. And Eunice is making a run right here. You got to return that ball. There you go now. Good job, number 10. Oh, they're volleying, boss. It's a good volley. Game point for Eunice Cardinals. Help, 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 help. Get out of the way.
So here goes Eunice JV.
Oh, and they served it out.
Served it out of bounds. So it is 16-16. We are in extra points, I guess is what you would call that in a volleyball match. You got to win by 2. The score is tied 1 game or 1 set to 1 set. So whoever can get 2 ahead wins this match. And so
that's
Loving misserves that one, so that'll give 1 to Eunice. If the Lady Cards can get 1 point here, they have got a chance to take this game.
And the crowd's going to go crazy, all 600 of us here.
You got Miss Davis back to serve. The sophomore lets one go. It's a good one.
Oh, 50-50 ball. Oh, good job, one.
Eunice keeps the ball alive, and Loving is returning the favor.
Oh, who? No, the
ball
ball
hit
hit the
have
ball.
A net ball on the Cardinals. That's going to make it 17-17 here in this Eunice JV versus Loving JV game.
It's a good game. Tied up.
17-17. Here comes the serve from the Lady Falcons. Eunice is able to keep it alive, and they get it over, but they hit it out of bounds.
It's a little too strong right there.
So that's going to put the Falcons in game point situation with the serve here.
You see number 1, she's already waving at him to get off the court.
So here comes the serve. Eunice misplays it, and that is going to do it.
Game.
The Lady Falcons are victorious here in this JV game, 19-17. They win 2-1 in the actual set. So that is the end of the JV game. The varsity game will get started with their warm-ups here shortly. We're just trying to test some microphones and see where we're at. We'll get started here soon.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Knollmark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Lady Cardinal Volleyball here from Joe Langston Gymnasium in beautiful Eunice, New Mexico. I'm Jimmy Jones alongside Rosendo Caballero and Charlie Fairbrush. We will be teaming up to bring you the play-by-play, some entertainment, probably some minor comedy as is typical in our broadcast. Welcome, Rosendo, to the volleyball booth again.
How you doing, Mr. Jimmy? Ready for a good game tonight?
Doing well and excited. We've got Charlie on the camera, so if you get dizzy or anything like that, we'll blame it on Charlie. He's already trying to encourage people to sue me for tripping over the cord, so if you get dizzy and you're looking for somebody to sue, he's your
the guy.
All right, tonight the Lady Cardinals will be hosting Loving in a District 4 2A battle. Tonight is also the Dig Pink game, a very special game that has been taking place here in Eunice for many years. It's October, it's Cancer Awareness Month, and the Dig Pink game has been used as a fundraiser for years to raise money for programs associated with cancer awareness. You can watch and listen to tonight's game at hobbsamerica.com by clicking on the Cardinal or on the Eunice Sports YouTube page. As we get started tonight, we want to talk more about tonight's special event, the Dig Pink festivities. The money raised tonight will go to the Kennedy Woods Memorial Scholarship. Kennedy was a very special young lady who I had the pleasure of knowing and getting to meet, and she attended church with me, and of course my wife's a teacher at the school, so I got to know the young lady. She attended school right here in Eunice. Some cancerous tumors were discovered that eventually took her life. However, she took the staff and students of the Eunice Public Schools and our entire community on quite a journey as she battled for that life. Her strength, positivity of life inspired all of those she came into contact with, and she left a lasting legacy in this community. So tonight, all proceeds will go toward her memorial scholarship. As part of tonight's events, both teams will wear pink, and many in attendance here are doing the same. Of course, Charlie next door, he's got a good-looking pink shirt on. I got one on too, but I also got a jacket over it because I'm a little cool. There is also a bake sale. I know my mom, Diane Jones, made some special goodies down there tonight. Chloe came by the house earlier and said, "Dad, I went and picked up the goodies from G-Mall," that's what they call her, and I thought she was just making me some cookies and some cinnamon rolls, but she had a whole laundry basket full of different goodies and cobblers and cookies and rolls and all kinds of good stuff. And anyone who's ever tasted her baking knows why most people get excited to hear this. So many other people in our community have donated baked goods, and so many others will be bidding on those items tonight in an attempt to raise money for cancer awareness, and specifically this year for the Kennedy Woods Memorial Scholarship. So thank you to all who have helped with this event, especially the Eunice National Honor Society and Cardinal Volleyball team. Back to volleyball. This season has been an interesting one for the Eunice Lady Volleyball, or Eunice Lady Cardinal volleyball team. Somewhat of a roller coaster season. Lots of great ups mixed with some unexpected downs. They currently sit in the number 8 spot in the 2A state rankings and have an overall record of 15 wins and 4 losses. Over the last couple of months, the Lady Cards had climbed all the way into the number 4 spot in the overall rankings, and at one point had a 9-game winning streak where they had only lost 3 sets in 9 games. They were sitting at the top spot in district. However, last week, a 3-0 loss to Hagerman sent the Lady Cards back onto their heels and disrupted that momentum. They have now dropped from number 4 to number 8 in the latest rankings as we start the second half of district play here tonight. Eunice, Hagerman, and Tatum are all tied atop those district standings. Each team has 1 loss in district play. It's kind of like a round robin. We're all beating each other there at the top. Tonight, we will see if these Lady Cardinals can get back on track as they face Loving. Loving entered tonight's game with a 6-12 record on the season and a 1-5 record in district play. These teams have already met twice this season. Eunice won both of those matchups 3-0, so 3-0. I would say Eunice is definitely the favorite tonight, but you never know how things are going to turn out until the game is over. For the Cardinals, they are led by players like All-State hitters Caitlin Gallant and Kiki Parker. These two can score as well as anyone in the state, especially when Kiki's on the left and Caitlin's on the right. When those two are in those spots, we are as tough as anybody. Bella Garrett is kind of our blocking specialist. The senior does a really good job at the net. The back row leader has kind of turned out to be sophomore libero Chloe Jones. She continues to improve back there and kind of seems to be the engine for this team over the last few weeks. Those first touches in the back row are so important to this team to get them in a rhythm, and when she's playing well in the back row, it just kind of feels all the way through the program, because then that next set is good, the spikes come down, and things just look really, really good for the Lady Cardinals. When her or some of the other young ladies are struggling with those first touches in the back, it kind of messes up that set to where the set's not as good for that next hit, and it just kind of disrupts the whole momentum of everything. Other names that prove important for these Lady Cardinals include Denise Rangel, the senior, Yolanda Granados, Vivi Ornales, Tinley Acosta, Kelly Stinson, and McKenna McBee. And I mention those names because it is my understanding that we have a few young ladies out sick today. I'm told that, of course, Maribel Lopez is out with that injury to the ankle still. The senior, she was playing for us, even started some games. She's been out now for a couple of weeks. Didi Zamora, I'm told, is out today. And I'm thinking there's another one. Chloe had told me last night that they were only going to have like maybe 2 kids on the bench tonight because of all the injuries and illnesses and whatnot. Trying to look out there and see.
It's hard to find them with those white shirts they have on tonight.
Yeah, that throws you off a little bit when you're trying to look out across there. But as you look across there, I mean, 2, 4, 6, looks like they've got 8 kids, so that would be 2 subs. So that's, Chloe had said she thought they would only have 2 subs tonight, and some different people playing in some different rotations. So it could be interesting. The Lady Cards are coached by Robbie Robinson, and she is assisted by Misty Heiner. So we're ready for another great game today here in Eunice as the Lady Cards will face off against the loving Lady Falcons. You're listening to Eunice Cardinal Volleyball on the Nullmark Broadcast Network. Rosendo, any thoughts?
I think we need to play a lot better than we did against Hagerman. We need to hustle. And like you said, man, that first hit is crucial. It's very, very important that we get that first hit rolling, because Chloe is a spark plug out there for the offense and the defense. So we need to get everything going early so we can get a quick win and go home.
Yeah, it's amazing. You don't always realize it, but that first touch is so important. I'm not a volleyball specialist by any means. I've said that numerous times. Probably of all the sports that we deal with, this one's probably the one I've had the least involvement in. But one thing that I have figured out is that first touch, which we consider the defensive touch, is so important to the offense. Correct. Because that first touch, it needs to be hit into that kind of center front area. That's where it needs to go.
To the setter.
And if it doesn't get there, now the setter's on the run. And when the setter's running, now her set is not always to the spot where it needs to be for the hitter. And it's like a domino. It just throws everything off if that first touch is off.
Truth be told, the first hit is probably the only defensive play other than blocking the ball when the ball's hit over to your side.
Yep.
So she is a defensive specialist as the libero.
That's right.
That's right. Pick up the ball off the ground or anywhere on the back side on the court, that's her. And it's a big responsibility, but she wouldn't be there if she was not able to do it, capable of doing it. So. And
it's like I said, it's kind of interesting because in what other sport do you have that? I guess maybe basketball, but it would be almost like your nose guard also being the center. In a football matchup. That you got to play defense, but then you got to turn around and deliver that first pitch of the ball back to the quarterback so that quarterback can proceed forward and do what they need to do. We got Conager Pierce up here. He's standing there in front of the camera getting him some TV time. We welcome Mr. Pierce. He's the QB for our football team. Got Micah Tippett sitting over here to the side of us. He's hanging out. We were calling him Bo Jackson or one of them Jacksons earlier, and so great to have these 2 young men up here near us. They'll keep us in line. That's right. So that's kind of an overview. I want to make sure we shout out to some sponsors as we get up and running today. Parker Energy Services, Brett and Penny Parker. Penny was sitting right here in front of us, but she decided to move down one side or the other. I think she was afraid she might get a little rowdy right here and be on camera.
Get some airtime, huh?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I'm happy about is I thought I'd seen Brett today, so at least he's not out fishing again. I get tired of being out here working and he's out fishing. We want to give a shout out to Devon Energy. Those folks do so much for us and we appreciate them. Eunice Pump and Supply, the Nogelmeyers, they're actually right down in front of us today, so we appreciate Becky Nogelmeyer and John Nogelmeyer. And all that they do, as well as Brandon Matthews and all the gang down there at Eunice Pump and Supply. The Eunice Health Clinic, Leanne Reeves, Brian, Nikki, Elma, Aaron, Yadi, and gang. I tell you, that group down there is just some great individuals. My mom had some plumbing issues over the last week, and, Elma's husband, Sebastian, came out, and he has helped us tremendously. We got her water all up and running as of yesterday. Still got a few little things to fix, but, it's just neat, the community that we have and how much support and involvement. People come out of the rafters to come help you when you need it. Eunice Health Clinic, that's what I just said. Eunice Public Schools, Dwayne Haynes, Cynthia Sims, my man Rosendo here, Matt Coy, Kenny Reed, Ashley Davis, David Gallegos, and all the staff down there at the Eunice Public Schools. We appreciate you guys. Cardinal Hardware, Ashley Davis, Chris Myers, Miss Ortega. Speaking of Cardinal Hardware, been working on that plumbing all the last few days, and
they're taking your money, huh?
I was in and out of that place regularly, and they are so helpful. Miss Ortega down there is just, she knows more about plumbing and electrical than any man I ever knew, and she does such a great job.
That's good for Rudy, huh?
At one of those points, I was getting ready to leave. The day was getting close to the end. I think they only had like 5 or 10 minutes they were open, and she told me, if you need me, call me. I will come back up here in the middle of the night and open these doors for you if you still need some parts. And that is, like I said, what makes a community like this so special is that small town community.
Yep.
I love Lowe's and Home Depot and all those places to death. Not bashing them by any means, because I go there sometimes too. But I will tell you that they're not going to tell you, hey, if you need to call me on Sunday when I'm closed or at midnight, they're not coming up there to open the doors. And so we appreciate Ashley Davis, Chris Myers, Miss Ortega, and all the gang down there. Thank you guys so much. The City of Eunice, I know today they had their groundbreaking for their new rodeo arena out near the So we need to kind of keep that momentum going, and tonight's where getting that ball rolling again starts.
And just to remind the folks out to the fans that that we won't be doing that game. The people from Tatum will be doing that game, correct?
Yes. You can still listen to it on our links. They link it all together, so you can go to HobbsAmerica.com, click on the Cardinal, or you can go to the Eunice Sports YouTube page and link to it, or you can go through the HobbsAmerica.com and click on the Tatum Coyote part and listen to it through them. But their announcer will be handling that game.
That way they'll miss none of the action.
That's right. You'll get to listen to Alan, and he'll give you some good, relaxed, chill out play-by-play. He does a good job. So one other thing that I think is important to at least mention, the NMAA football seating and selection show will be Saturday night, this Saturday night at 9:30 p.m. It will be streamed on the NMAA's website. I've mentioned the bracket process before. We've talked about it in detail. It's going to be an interesting one this year. I have personally sat down and used the 6 criteria to rank some of the teams and kind of play with the brackets. It is a lengthy process that takes hours and hours, especially when there's just one person doing it. But it looks to me like Jow will most likely get the number 1 seed. I think Tularosa is definitely going to get the number 2 seed. Those two teams are kind of head and shoulders as far as points when you add them up ahead of everybody else. Where it gets interesting is in that 3-4 spot. Texaco is less than 1 point behind us right now in the addition when you start adding that stuff up. All it would take would be a number of the schools when they send, because every school gets to send in an input form between now and Saturday. All it would take was a number of schools ranking them ahead of us, and they could, in theory, possibly jump us for that 3 spot. I think we're still up far enough ahead, and if it ended up tied, the 6 criteria, if it was 3-3, we would get the head-to-head because we won head-to-head, so we would get the nod in the tie. They go back to head-to-head. But at the same time, it's going to get really, really close. If you look at Max Preps today, you can see that I believe I think they're 0.8 of 1 point ahead of us. To give you an example, the points between number 1 and number 2 is like 20-something or maybe 40. The points between 2 and 3 is like 20 or 30. The points between 4 and 5 is like 25 or 30. The points between 3 and 4, us and Texaco, is less than 1 full point. It's, like I said, it's like a few tenths of a point. That's how close we are to them right now. Even though we won the head-to-head, it's that algorithm that they use. And so it is going to be interesting. I also have Capitan, Hagerman, and Estancia in an extremely close battle for that 5, 6, and 7 spot. I think any of those 3 teams could be there depending on the coach's input. And then that leaves 3 teams, in my opinion, battling for the 8 spot. I think one of these 3 teams will get in, Santa Rosa, Lordsburg, or Escalante. I think they're all close enough battling for that 8 spot that it could be any one of those 3. That's my opinion. Like I said, I haven't spent a ton of hours sitting down and adding all that stuff up, but I have looked at it. It is going to be interesting for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, unfortunately, that's the predicament we're in right now, and that in football, but we'll get it either way, 3 or 4.
Yep. So they've got down to 30 seconds left here on the warm-up clock. It looks like both teams have went to their benches. I don't know if they're going to. Doesn't look like we're going to do a national anthem, so it looks like we're going to get started. Quick rundown of the Lady Cards roster. Chloe Jones, Kiki Parker, Maribel Lopez, McKenna McBee, Tinley Acosta, Didi Zamora, Kelly Stinson, Denise Rangel, Isabella Garrett, Yolanda Granados, Vivi Ornales, and Caitlin Gallant. Those are the players for the Lady Cardinals. On the Falcons side, we've got Karen Montoya, Emily Sierra, Faith McDonald, Brooklyn Rodriguez, Paris Rodriguez, Jazz Mariah Carrasco, Jocelyn Olivio, Leah Duran, Katie Montoya, Maya Vasquez, Samantha Cozart, Maya Vasquez again. She's on there twice, so she's double trouble. Natalie Navarrete and Alicia Martinez.
I wonder if that's a typo. She has a twin sister.
I don't know. She's got 2 numbers and is on there in 2 spots. So the Lady Cardinals are getting ready. Loving as the visiting team will serve. The Lady Cards have Caitlin Gallant and Yolanda Granados up in the front right now. They've got Chloe Jones and Kiki Parker, along with Denise Rangel and Tinley Acosta, kind of set up in a little 4-2 defensive type situation.
Yes.
So here comes the serve and it is from
right
number 25.
And that's a good start for us.
Alicia Martinez, she serves that ball right into the net.
It hit her home player in the hand.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing for Eunice.
So Yolanda Granados will kick off the serving for the Lady Cardinals. Lady Cardinals are now up 1-0. Here comes the first serve. It is over. The libero for the Falcons puts it up into the air, and then the next touch goes into the stands. So they're up 2-0.
It was a different rotation here. Normally they have the toggle that blocks that time starting.
Bella,
yes.
So there's the first touch. Set, and they're just going to clear it back over. Chloe Jones with a good first touch there. We talked about that in the pregame. Kiki Parker with a slam down. Denise Rangel had the set right there, and Parker with the finish.
That's a good finish right there. Came across her body straight onto the empty spot.
And we talked about that in the pregame. That first touch from Jones there was a good one, which gave Denise Rangel a really nice position for that set. Here's the serve from Granados. Loving struggled with it, but Jones gets a good touch in the back row. Here goes Rangel, and Rangel hits that ball into the net.
And she was trying to hit it from the back row, too.
Yeah,
she came up, she jumped too early, I think, on that one.
Yeah, she kind of come flying in and gave it that soft wrist.
Tomahawk sling.
Yeah, the old soft wrist slap there.
Yep.
So it's 3-1. The Lady Cardinals in the lead. Loving hits it across.
Oh, it's a double hit on our setter.
A double hit on Rangel right there. So that makes it 3-2.
So once again, we do have 3 setters on the court for the Eunice. We have Rangel, Granados, and Acosta.
Yeah, and Parker has been doing a lot of setting as well, so that's 4.
Yep.
So here comes the serve from the Falcons. Jones with the first touch up to Rangel. Rangel to Caitlin Gallant. Caitlin Gallant just pokes it toward the back, and then Loving struggles with it. That makes it 4-2 after
Loving
the point.
is struggling pretty good right now, which is a blessing for Eunice. And even though Eunice is looking very sharp right now.
So here goes Chloe Jones back to serve. She's the libero wearing that different color jersey. That's a good serve. And it is
an ace?
It's an ace for Chloe Jones. That makes it 5-2. So Jones with the ace there.
And we do have a lot of students here tonight. Hopefully they can make a lot of noise.
Got a good student section going. Here goes the next serve, and she hits another good one. This one's deep. The libero hits it up. It hits the ceiling. Loving's able to get it back across, though. Jones saves it, and then they hit it up and get it across.
Why didn't they give –
Loving with the first and second touch, and they double hit that one. That makes it 6-2.
Yeah, that would have been a good point if number 10 would not taken the ball away from number 11 on that one. Yeah, because it was perfect at the net for her to spike it down. I don't know why she did that.
They were kind of fighting over it at the front, but here goes Jones with another serve. There's some miscommunication in the back row from Loving, and that's going to be another point for the Lady Cardinals. It's 7-2.
And Loving calls a timeout, man. Loving is really playing horrible, but Eunice is rolling really good right now. And that's what we needed for them to come out strong right now. Start off strong and set the game like they need to play, man, the momentum.
So Chloe Jones with 3 service points in a row. It's now 7-2 in favor of the Lady Cardinals.
Yep, and there's like I was saying, there's a lot of students here. They're everywhere right now, making noise everywhere, which is a good thing.
Got the tomahawk chop going on beside you there.
Yeah, we've got some Brave fans out here, I guess.
Yep. We're a little closer to Houston than we are Atlanta, but at the same time, I got to tell you, I went to that Brave Stadium this last summer. It's like its own city north of Atlanta. It is an extremely impressive place. If you've never been there, you got to stop in there one day just to see it. I'm telling you, it's like its own city. It's out north of town out there, and it is amazing. Jones back to serve. She hits a nice one again. Loving gets that good first touch this time, though. There are kind of problems in the back, and it's going to be another service point for Jones.
Using the word amazing for a facility, our gym's going to be like that.
Oh, man, that new gym.
Man.
I'm telling you, I am excited about the new gym. Jones ready to serve again. She throws it up and hits it over. She hits it back into that back corner. Loving struggling with it again, but they're going to get it across this time. Rangel and Jones collide. Rangel she's been kind of colliding with a couple different folks up there at the front. Here goes Bella Garrett, and Bella hits it into the net.
Into the net, yeah. It was like a little weak set for her. But back to the comment you made about Rangel, that's why I can make a suggestion. You got to zone, play your area. Yeah. That's how good teams beat us.
Well, we ran into each other earlier on a hit at the net, and then we basically did the same thing right there. That was Granados hits it across over to Loving. Rangel with a really good block right there. Great block by Rangel. They set Parker. Parker couldn't quite get to it to hit, so she just bumps it across. Loving struggles with it, and Parker with the save and a point right there.
Yeah, she made something out of nothing. She had to go across court to get that ball and at a different angle, so it's hard, man.
So that makes it 9-3 in favor of the Lady Cardinals. The senior, Denise Rangel, will be back to serve.
Is her hair red?
I believe it is. She throws it up and hits it over. The first touch is a nice one. Loving's just going to clear it and hit it over the net. Parker's going to set
Bella.
Garrett. Garrett just hits it across. Loving with 2 first touches, and that is a double hit.
Point for us, and it's 10-3 right now. Eunice is leading with a good lead.
So 10-3 in favor of the Eunice Cardinals. Denise Rangel back to serve. I'm assuming that hair's like a big pink, I'm guessing, but I don't know. She hits it across and does a good job, and then she has a good save right there by Denise Rangel, and then Kiki Parker with a nice struck ball, but it's a little long and out of bounds.
She needs to let that ball travel a little bit more. That one should get all the power on that and will be a point every time. So especially come from the left side.
That's 10-4 now in favor of the Lady Cardinals. Looks like there is, okay, there they go. Now they got a ball out there. They were kind of throwing the ball back and forth. Wasn't sure who was going to give them a ball. They have these rules where they have to clean the volleyballs ever so many touches. Here goes the serve from Loving. They hit it across. We got a little bump set, and we're going to hit it back over to them by Garrett. A nice first touch there by Loving.
And we got a guy doing the wave, huh?
Yeah, we got the wave going on at the front of the bleachers here. Kind of threw me off there.
Threw you off your game?
Yeah.
Or are you going to do the wave?
It's now 10-5.
Yeah, Loving hit it out on that one.
Of the Cardinals, but Loving trying to stick around here.
I don't know if it's all this noise got them all confused, but Eunice is doing a good job with all the noise the kids are creating.
So that's 21. That's Katie Montoya. She has a good serve right there. Our first touch by Granados is one of them 50-50 balls up at the net.
And it's our first loss on the 50-50 ball. We need to.
And that is one of those that we've talked about. When that first touch is not where it needs to be, it really throws everything off. So it's now 10-6 in favor of Loving. Number 21, Katie Montoya, back to serve for Loving. A nice first touch there by Jones.
Oh, double hit on Eunice.
Yeah, Parker trying to set, double hit that one, so that gives a point to the Loving Falcons, and it's now 10-7. Loving clawing
like that,
back in.
I would let Denise set it for Kiki herself and just hit it instead of Kiki trying to be the setter.
They've got her in at the setting position.
Oh, I see.
So there's that first touch. Not a good one, but we keep it alive. Tinley Acosta with a nice hit there.
Very nice.
Loving going to set up number 14. That's Jesmariah Carrasco. She hits it across. Eunice keeps it alive. Kiki Parker at the net, and then Loving hits it all the way out the backside. The Lady Cardinals with a point there. It's now 11-7 in favor of Eunice.
That was turning out to a good volley. Good job.
Real nice battle right there at the net. Kiki Parker back to serve, the left-handed junior. She hits a nice one right there. Loving hits it up here good to the net, though.
Oh, good block.
Bella
awesome
Garrett
block,
with a really good little block.
That was a blocks of blocks right there, baby.
You know, we've talked about her in the past. She does such a good job blocking at the net. That is her specialty. She's good at it. Here goes Kiki Parker. She throws it up and hits it over. And they can't handle her serve. It is 13-7 in favor of Eunice.
We'll call that an ace, correct?
Yes, sir. That's what I call it.
She has a very good serve coming across her body with that left-handed spin on it.
She hits it hard, and yes, it's got that side spin. So here goes Parker. She throws it up and smacks it again. This one goes to the other side.
And
another ace. Kiki Parker, you know, she went about a month there where they weren't letting her serve at all, and she has got a good serve. So I think it's a good choice to put her back at the service line. Here goes the next serve. She hits a good one that time. They struggle with it, but they get it across, and that girl hits it sideways. That's number 21, Katie Montoya, hits a little sideways shot, and it falls right in the hole.
Caught the Cardinals sleeping there.
So it's now 14-8 in favor of Eunice.
All these goodies running around, huh?
Man, I'm telling you. Brooklyn Rodriguez back to serve, and then we've got Denise and Chloe. The ball was coming right at Chloe. Denise jumped in front of her, and they kind of collided, and then the ball hits them and goes out of bounds. So it's 14-9.
So little stuff like that hurts us against good teams.
Yep. So here comes the next serve. Jones touches that one up. Wasn't a great first touch, but Denise hits it back up toward the net, and then we clear it. Loving is going to set number 12. That's Rodriguez. Eunice gets a good first touch, and it's back up. Barrett hits it deep. A nice play there by Bella Garrett.
She's seen the corner. She pushed it to the very back left side of the corner. That's a pretty good job on Bella. That's a seasoned move right there.
So Bella's back here to serve at this point. She's another one that sometimes gets to serve, sometimes doesn't, but she does a good job at serving. So there's her serve. The first touch is up. They play it and a double hit.
Double hit on Loving, huh?
So that's going to be 16-9 in favor of the Lady Cardinals. Bella Garrett be back to serve again.
Miss Bella Garrett. She's a senior, correct?
Yes, that is correct. She throws it up and hits it. Here's the serve. It hits the top of the net.
Over.
Loving keeps it alive. That's number 1. Karen Montoya does a good job of keeping it alive. Kiki Parker sets Tinley Acosta, who hits it across. Number 21, Katie Montoya, now sets number 12. Number 12 is Rodriguez. She hits it back over to our side. And then Tinley Acosta hit that one into the net. And that'll give a point to the Loving Falcons. It's 16-10 now.
And then our libretto comes back in for the Eunice Cardinals.
So Chloe back on the court. This is number 23. Number 23 is Samantha Cozart. She hits that ball right into the net. Cozart's a good hurdler. I know her and Chloe battled back and forth all year last year in the hurdles, even at the state track meet. Here is Tinley Acosta back to serve for the Lady Cardinals. She's a junior. She hits a good one. Loving gets a good first touch. They have a little bump set. They're going to try to hit it from the back row. Granados comes through and keeps it alive. Parker sets Caitlin Galan, who hits it long.
She's a little too hard. She wasn't squared up with the net to hit the ball over, and she kind of hit it out of bounds on that one.
So that makes it 16. Well, no, it's 17-11 up there on the scoreboard.
I can't look. This one I can see our score, but I can't see the guess.
I can see both over here, but I can only see half of it on this side. But anyway, so some sort of confusion here. It's now 17-11. So here comes the serve from the Falcons. Jones with the first touch up to Granados. Granados to Denise. Denise hits it across.
Oh, get it. Good
Jones
job.
going to play that one back. So a nice volley there by the Lady Cardinals, keeping that one alive. Here goes the set. And a block by Gallant, but it goes out of bounds, so that'll give a point to the Falcons.
That's just tough luck on that one right there.
She did a really good job at the net of blocking, but the way her body was positioned when it went off her hands, it landed out of bounds. So here comes the serve from number 25. That's Alicia Martinez.
And once again, we did not handle that first hit.
Yep. So Tinley Acosta stuck her arms out, tried to get a hit on it. That ball landed over in the chairs.
And that hurt us against Hagerman.
Yep.
Tremendously.
It's now 17-13. That first hit is the key. So here comes the serve again from Alicia Martinez, the left-hander. Jones with a pretty good first touch there. Rangel hits that one back toward the corner after the Granados set. Here goes their libero, Montoya. She gets a hit across.
It's a good set.
Yes.
Good job.
That was a good job by Denise Rangel. She got up there and just drove that right through the blockers.
And she can jump as long as, if she can get everything put together, jump, the swing, and the timing, it's good.
Yeah, that was a great play there by Rangel. It is now 18-13. Here goes Granados. She throws it up and hits it over. A good serve. Their libero does a good job. That's Montoya, and then they double hit it. Yep. So that'll give a point over to the Lady Cardinals. It's 19-13.
19. That girl's that made a lot of mistakes on the Loving side, but it has to be hard, too. We're driving all the way down here on 128.
Yeah. So here comes the serve from Granados. Granados with the ace. Great serve.
Good job. It's 20-13 now.
Yes, 20-13. Lady Cards in the lead, up by 7. I'm not wanting to get too excited because last week against Hagerman in that first set, at one point we were up 23, I think, to 17,
Correct.
And we lost the set.
And after that, we lost every game after that.
Yes. So I'm gonna keep my thinking that we're there to myself until we get 5 more points.
And that's something that this team has, man. They can come out really, really fast out of the gate and slow down and just stop thinking they won the game. And the next game they stopped.
Yeah, they can really kind of be a tale of two teams. When things are clicking and going good, they can look as good as anybody in the state. When the momentum shifts, we sometimes struggle with getting things back in order.
Yes.
We kind of fall apart sometimes. So Granados is back to serve. I don't know if she's a senior. She's a junior. I think she's a junior.
Let's see. Granados, Yolanda, she's a junior.
Junior. So she's back to serve.
And the team's not young. So I don't see why they can't keep the pressure on, man.
Here goes the serve. Good first touch from the Falcons, but nobody there to pick it up.
That's an ace, another ace, huh?
So 21-13 in favor of the Lady Cardinals. Granados with 2 aces in a row. Split by a timeout there.
That's good.
Granados throws it up, hits it across. It's another good serve. Loving with a struggled first touch.
That one.
Parker jumps up and slams it back down for the point. So a good job there by Parker.
Good job on that. She came up with authority and got it.
22-13. Granados still at the service line. She had 2 aces, and then that last point was a good one.
Oh, just a bit outside.
Yep.
She hit it a little too strong, and then she got excited, huh?
So the serve is long. That's going to make it 22-14. Loving will now have an opportunity to serve.
22-14 Eunice.
Trying to see who that looks like
12.
Number 12. So number 12 is Paris Rodriguez. Here goes the set over to Rangel. Rangel hits it across. Loving keeps it alive. They just send it over into the teeth of the defense for the Cardinals. Rangel hits that one way long.
Once again, she needs to let that ball travel a little bit more, and she needs to square up. If she could square up, it'd be perfect.
So that's 22-15 in favor of the Lady Cardinals. Number 12, Rodriguez back to serve. She hits a good one. Jones with a pretty good first touch there. Over to Rangel. Rangel double touches it.
And that was a good set, and she came through with that ball, and she just double set it, man, unfortunately.
So that's 16-22 after the double hit there on Rangel. The set, like you said, was in a good place.
It's very good.
Here goes number 12, Rodriguez. Jones with another good first touch.
Oh.
Parker to Rangel. Rangel hits it into the teeth of the defense, but they return it.
Give it to
Parker again, and Parker that time is blocked at the net. Rangel sends it back across. Loving with a little bump set, and here comes the spike.
It's partially blocked at the net. That's
partially blocked. It threw everybody off, but that makes it 22-17, and here's that run that we talked about a while ago.
And coach calls a timeout. On something like that, on a partially blocked, it's kind of hard to play because the defensive roll's already jumping to where the ball's going to be at. When it's partially blocked, the young lady's probably on her knees trying to get there, and it's hard to play that. So sometimes as a coach, you want them, don't block it.
Yeah.
But you want them, hey, get up there and make some type of attempt. So it's hard.
As your defense, you're playing that first touch. You see which way the ball is going, and then that deflection changes the momentum or the direction of the ball, and it throws you all off. It's kind of like in baseball when when they put one toward the the shortstop, and the shortstop's just easing over there fixing to pick it up, and the pitcher sticks his glove out and deflects it. It just kind of throws everybody off. So it's now 22-17. Loving trying to get back into this game. They've got Rodriguez back to serve. Here goes the serve. She hits that one right into the net.
That little hesitation killed her.
So it is now 23-17. Chloe Jones will be back to serve. Sure would be nice if she could pick up 2 here and get us out of this set.
You shouldn't have said that. You probably jinxed her.
Jones back to serve.
1.
She hits a good one. Loving gets a good first touch, though, and then they have a set at the net.
Once again.
And that was another, that deflection at the net threw everything, which, there's nothing wrong with what Rangel did, but we've got to get people up into those spots. So it's now 23-18. Number 5, Faith McDonald back to serve.
Oh, she got an ace.
And she gets an ace on the Cardinals. It's now 23-19.
Back to the block on Rangel. They teach them when they're going to block to curve your hands a little bit over the net. That way if the ball, if it does come over, it should land on their side.
So McDonald back to serve again. Here comes the serve.
Oh, good serve.
Man, she gets a good one. The Lady Cards struggle with it. Chloe's going to hit it back across the net. Here goes a first touch from Loving. They're going to set number 23. That's Cozart. And Cozart hits it right over the top into that gap. Jones tries to dive for it, but she's back too deep. Can't get it.
On the libero there, our big girl was over there. What's her name, number 11? She was expecting her to jump up and block her. That's why she was still standing back on her back feet.
So here goes McDonald. McDonald with the first touch. Parker just slams that across and does a really good job. Great job there by Kiki Parker. It's now 24-20. Eunice needs this point. Like I said, last game we were up just like this, and Hagerman came back and then we just lost all momentum. So let's see if Rangel, the senior, can bring it home for us here. There's the serve. It's a good one.
Oh.
Loving struggles with it, and they get a point, and the Lady Cardinals win set number 1.
That's funny. I was all quiet, trying to watch the ball and trying not to jinx nothing.
So the Lady Cardinals take set 1, 25-20.
They struggled a little bit towards the middle of the game, but they kept it together and pulled it out, which is a good sign in district play right now.
Yeah, definitely something that we need to clean up there. We get out ahead, and then we just struggle to finish sometimes. So 25-20, Eunice in set number 1.
Do you hear a pop every now and then in your ears when I speak too loud or move too all of a sudden?
I don't.
I hear something pop. I don't know. Watch out, they're throwing balls now, so. Yeah, the Lady Cardinals. So they play Tatum Saturday.
In Tatum.
That's going to be tough. That's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, I want to make sure that we go over some of our sponsors. I'm trying to keep my eyes open for flying balls. They're throwing volleyballs into the bleachers, and they're throwing a lot of them. So I'm trying not to take one between the eyes.
I got you.
So we want to shout out to our sponsors: Parker Energy Services, Brett and Penny Parker, Devon Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware, City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, and Redbird Gas. That last set was brought to you by Parker Energy Services. The Lady Cardinals took set 1, and Parker Energy can take care of you in the oil field with all your oil field service needs.
Yes, they can. They're pretty dependable, too, as well.
So thank you to the Parker family. Eunice getting ready to get back out here on the floor. Still about 1:30 remaining on the little clock ticker that goes on between the sets.
And she kept the same rotation from the first game.
It looks that way.
So it changed a little bit of the approach.
You know what? It isn't. Oh, you mean from the last
end?
Yes, you're right. Yeah, just kept the rotation right. Yep, you're right.
Because before they would have a different rotation in every other game. What's her name? I'm drawing a blank.
You know what? They've changed. I don't know. I'm.
We'll have the guy on the camera figure it out.
Because Chloe served, she would have been in the middle spot, and Rangel was serving at the end. So this isn't the same rotation.
It's not.
This is the way they started set 1.
Yes.
because Kiki was on the left, but then she moved back to do that little 4-2 setup that they had. I don't know if she'll do that this time or not. Oh, well, we'll be serving this time, so you won't do that. All right, so here go the Lady Cardinals. Granados will be serving. She's out there with Jones, Acosta, Parker, Rangel, and Gallant.
Gallant's her name. I can't remember her name today. I don't know why.
So as soon as the officials blow the whistle and give them, here it comes. So nice serve there by Granados. Loving kind of confused in the back, but they keep it alive. Acosta with a good first touch. Jones to Granados. Granados hits it across. Once again Loving was kind of shook there at the front line, but
it was a back row spike, and it was weak, and we attempted to block it at the net, and the ball got through. That should not occur. On a weak spike like that, we need to make sure that we block that correctly. Granados gets the ball. They said it. Kiki said it for Denise. Denise hit it over, and Loving could not return the ball. I apologize. I was looking at you, shuffling papers.
I was shuffling my papers, trying to get my things back in order, and looked up, and they were serving. So Jones is back to serve. The Cardinals pick up a point there. It's now 1-1. Jones with the serve. It's a good one. They hit that one up into the ceiling, and then the Falcons just hit it across. So kind of a mishap on our side, but we get it back across. Here goes the set out here to number 12. That is Rodriguez. Then we set Garrett, and Garrett slams it home.
Came down. It's pretty how that ball sounds, huh, when they slap it like that.
Yeah, Garrett with a really good spike right there. Good kill, I think is what they call that in volleyball. Chloe Jones back to serve again.
I apologize. It is a good kill.
So there goes the serve from Jones. It's a good one deep into the Falcon defense. And then it does find the floor. So Jones with another service point. It's now 3-1 in favor of the Lady Cardinals.
And it's good. They're pushing the ball like they needed to.
So here goes Jones. She hits that one. That's a good one. The libero Montoya does a good job of picking it up. They're going to set number 23. That is Cozart, and she hits it out of bounds. So that makes it 4-1 in favor of the Lady Cardinals.
Loving just hasn't been able to put it together, or Eunice is just playing outstanding tonight.
So Jones with 4 service points here. She's back again to serve. She throws it up and hits it over. It's a pretty good one. Loving does a good job of picking it up, and then they just bump it over, and Parker slams it home.
It was like a nice set for her. She went from blocking to spiking. That's a good job.
Man, she
quick
really
reaction too.
She really slammed that one home. I mean, she slammed it home just like they'll slam it home for you at Redbird Gas. If you need all your gas needs, contact Redbird Gas. Here comes Jones with the serve. She serves another one. It's a good one. She's going to get an ace out of that one. That makes it 6-1 in favor of the Lady Cardinals.
5 points in a row. Good job.
I
like that way she jumps. Has that little kind of like little.
Yeah, it's kind of she's kind of developed that over the last year. I don't know where that came from, but looks odd, but it works.
Yeah,
Chloe Jones with another serve, and that one's going to be an ace that's going to find that back corner. It finds the back corner and lands in.
It lands in
for a service point.
Yeah, that's a good serve. They couldn't handle that serve.
She's served for 7 points in a row. Here goes another one. She hits that one back into that same place. Loving mishandles it, but they keep it alive and get it back across. Granados is going to set Rangel. Rangel hits it in, and she's going to score.
That's a good hit. Went right through that block.
Good job there by Rangel.
I thought they were going to give it to Kiki on this side.
I did too. And it worked out
take
really
it either
good.
Way.
So it's now 8-1. Jones has served 8 points in a row. Here goes the serve from Jones. Loving misplays it again, and she's going to get another service point and an ace. That's 9.
She's on fire, man.
9-1. Jones has served. She's served while we've scored 9 points in a row. I wouldn't say that all those points are hers. Parker had a real good slam while ago, and there's some other things that have went on. Rangel with a good one while ago. But she has served as we've made 9 points. So she's back to serve again, the sophomore. I call her Agent Zero because she has the little zero on her chest.
Agent Zero.
So Loving keeps that one alive, and they're going to slam it down. And it
block.
was blocked by Bella at the net.
Good
Granados sets Parker, and Parker slams it home.
That was a right hand, wasn't it?
No, she left-handed it from this left side and hit it right across.
Yes.
So good shot by Parker.
They're looking good right now, 10-1. Good job, ladies.
That slam there was brought to you by Devon Energy. They can kill it out there if they need to. And Jones serves that one just out of bounds. That makes it 10-2.
10-2. That was a good run on the ladies.
Yes, it was.
Now they got to play just a little bit of defense and bring it down.
So Rodriguez, the server for the Falcons, she's going to hit it right into the net.
And that's the best defense we can have.
It's 11-2 now.
And Rangel's up the bat. I was about to say up the bat, up the serve.
Denise Rangel back to serve. Coach Robinson telling her where she wants her to hit it to. And
it is right
into that back corner.
I thought she pointed towards the other corner, but I'll take it.
Same corner that Jones picked on a couple times. I'm guessing that Robinson sees something over in that corner she likes, and she's telling him to hit it over there.
She probably says, hit the coach, and the coach is almost on the court.
So here goes Rangel. Now she hits it back over to this other side.
Field.
So Cozart just hits it across for the Falcons. Kiki Parker with a good first touch, and then that set at the net was ended up one of those 50-50 balls, and we struggled with it. It's
and the bad thing about Costa was not expecting that because he was supposed to go further back to the big tall girl beside Kiki. What's her name?
Oh, Bella Garrett.
Bella Garrett. I'm just drawing blanks today.
I do that fairly regularly. Okay, so this will be Emily Sierra, number 3 for the Loving Falcons. She throws it up, hits a good serve. Rangel with a nice first touch. Parker with a set.
Oh, good push.
Garrett pushes that ball back into that back corner.
She did that the first game, too. Her vision is working good tonight. She must have got context.
She's seeing the floor really well.
She's seeing the floor.
It's 13-3 in favor of the Lady Cardinals.
I like plays like that because they think she's going to spike it hard. She just pushes it.
Yeah. So Kiki Parker back to serve. She throws it up and hits it over right down the line.
That's in.
And it is out of bounds.
That is close.
So that is 13-4 in favor of the Lady Cardinals. Let's see who will have serving this time. Got a substitution. That's 25. Number 25 that's coming in, Alicia Martinez.
Have we seen 24 and 23 or 22 come in for 11?
23 we have for sure because that's Cozart. She's the one with the knee brace. Parker with a first touch there that goes over toward the scorer's table, and nobody could get to it. And so that is 18-5 after the point from Loving. So a service point there from Martinez.
I meant the other 23 for Loving.
Oh, yeah, they got 2 of them. Yeah,
they got 2 23s, and the 2 goes with the same name. I'm like, oh, okay.
So there's the first touch from Rangel over to Granados. Granados hits it backwards toward the back row. They hit it across. Good first touch from Loving. And then they slam it down into the corner. That's Rodriguez with a nice kill for the Lady Falcons. She came down with
authority with that, huh?
She did.
And right on the line. And we had issues on that last game, too, the last game against Hagerman.
You know, she really impressed me when we were over in Loving the other night. I thought she did a really good job, that number 12, Rodriguez. She's a pretty good player. So that's 25 Martinez again. Jones' first touch goes over toward the corner, but Tinley Acosta saves her, hits it back, and then Jones clears it. There's that Rodriguez again with the first touch.
Oh, good job, Bella.
Lloyd Jones keeps that one alive, and then Bella clears it. Loving with a little bump set, and then they clear it. Parker to Granados. Granados hits it across. Montoya for the Falcons keeps it alive, and they clear it back to the other side.
Oh, good volley.
Tinley Acosta gets up and slams that one down, but Loving's able to keep it alive again.
Good job, ladies.
We've got quite a volley going on here.
Eunice won it.
Granados and Acosta right there at the end both got balls across and saved us a point. So a great volley there by the Lady Cardinals.
Very good volley. Last game, I mean, this is a whole different team right here.
Yep. So Bella Garrett, the senior, back to serve. She's going to throw it up and hit it over. There's that first touch there by Rodriguez. Then the Loving Lady Falcon just slam-dunked it across.
Boom.
Caitlin Gallant.
Money, baby, money.
Just slammed that one home, making it 15-6.
It's nice. You can sit here and the play set up, and when it's going through, man, it looks nice from my point of view.
You know, it just, I think the only thing setting up here is it's like, why don't we do that every time? Which I know it ain't that easy. But here we go with Garrett back to serve again. She throws it up and hits it over. Good first touch. Oh, no, it wasn't. It hit the ceiling.
So Bella's having an outstanding game tonight with blocking, spiking, pushing that ball over. She's doing a good job tonight.
Done a really good job. It's now 16-6 in favor of the Lady Cardinals. Here goes Garrett back to serve again. She throws it up and hits it over. Rodriguez with the first touch over to Montoya. Montoya to Mcdonald, who scores a point after hitting it into the teeth of the defense of the Lady Cardinals.
We've had issues with those little floating balls like that.
So it's 16-7.
We can give them a point. No big deal.
Number 8, Brooklyn Rodriguez back to serve. She throws it up and hits a good one.
That's
Jones
good.
with a good first touch. Granados with the set. Hits it to Gallant, and Gallant hits it into the net. She kind of mishit that one.
Yeah, it's kind of, the timing was off.
She reared back and swung hard, and then when it came off her hand, it like she mishit it or something. So here goes the serve by Rodriguez. She hits it back toward Jones.
Whoa.
And it was right toward the line, and they've called it out of bounds.
She sure did. It was close.
Yeah,
I couldn't be a line judge. It'd be too much pressure on me. I go.
Yeah, that was a close one for sure. So that's 17-8.
Tinley Acosta
Tinley
serve.
Acosta with a good serve. Loving struggling, but they get it back across. Acosta with the first touch. Over to Parker.
Good
Parker,
job,
left
Parker.
hand, slaps it across. Loving keeps it alive, though. And then Rodriguez.
No. Wow.
Yeah, they called that one out, so I'll go with it. It is now 18-8. And Loving wants to talk about it. They're going to call a timeout.
Eunice is doing a good job up at the net. They're moving quick. They're pushing the ball when they need to push it, and they're hitting it, too, when they need to hit it.
Yeah, it's been a different game so far as the way they've hustled and moved around. There's a lot of movement, people moving their feet on the Lady Cardinal side. You know, while we've got a minute, Parker Energy Services, Devon Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware, City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop. This timeout is brought to you by Zia Auto Shop. If you've got problems with your car, you need that oil change, you need something fixed on them tires or whatnot, a little lube job, you need a timeout. You need to take that timeout at Zia Auto Shop with the Whitmire family. They will take care of you just like they take care of us and help us bring this broadcast to you. So the Lady Cardinals are back, ready to serve again. Tinley Acosta, the junior, back to serve. She throws it up and hits it over, and it's a good one. Montoya gets that good first touch, and then Loving misplays it after that.
Yeah.
So it is 19-8 in favor of the Lady Cardinals.
Lady Cardinals doing great. They've got some of them sweets out from the hallway. That's why the playing so good, huh?
Acosta back to serve again. The student section here has decided to tell everybody to and be quiet, so it got really quiet for a second. Jones with the first touch. Over to Rangel. Rangel slams it down. Loving struggling to get this one up, and they hit it out of bounds.
On that last play when Eunice, they kind of played it off the net. They did a good job. They got it together and got the ball over on that one.
So it's now 20-8 in favor of the Lady Cardinals. Tinley Acosta doing a good job from the service line here. Back to serve again. She throws it up and hits it over, and it's a good one. Loving struggles with it and hits it into the net, and Acosta with the ace.
Yep.
So 21-8. Tinley Acosta, number 5. Johnny 5 is alive with Tinley Acosta in the back.
She's doing a good job. Here's that little ATV out here, huh?
That's right. She gets another good serve. Loving does get this one up and sets.
Oh, good block.
And a nice
Very good
block by Denise Rangel.
There it is. All night she's been trying, and she got one out there.
She got up there that time. Her feet looked like she had like a 3-inch or 3-foot vertical. So Johnny 5 back to serve again. She throws it up and hits it across, and right into the corner, it's an ace.
And right in front of the Loving coach, man. He looks furious right now.
He's got steam coming out his ears. It is 23-8 in favor of the Lady Cardinals. The student section tells everybody to shoot again, so it gets really quiet in here. Everybody can hear us. Acosta throws it up and hits it deep. They have a tough first touch. They're going to keep it alive, though. They hit it over back to Eunice. Parker to Granados, and it is right at the line.
Good job.
She double spikes it. Parker sends it back over to Granados. Granados to Rangel. Rangel hits it up, and she gets blocked at the net.
But Eunice did a good job playing that.
And Loving keeps it alive, and they hit it all the way out of bounds now. So that's going to make it 24-8.
Eunice has improved on that backside help when they spike it.
Yes, and now that's going to make it service or game point here. Acosta back to serve again. The student section is coming alive. They're getting noisy. Good serve. Loving keeps it alive. Acosta comes in and gets it back into play.
Oh, a little miscommunication on that backside.
Hit it back over there, and Parker and Jones were both going for it, and
they both
stopped and looked at each other, and the ball hit the floor. So
it makes it more exciting.
Yeah. So it's now 24-9. Number 5, Faith McDonald, back to serve for the Falcons. She hits it toward Parker. Parker hits that one over toward the side. Rangel keeps it alive. Gallant hits it over. Then they're going to set it out there to number 3. That's Cozart. 23, I'm sorry, Cozart. Eunice struggles with that one, but they keep it alive. Loving just hits it back over to him. We've still got some misplayed balls here, but it's going back and forth in some not so pretty volleyball at this point, but we are volleying.
And,
Rangel with a nice strike there. Jones with the first touch over to Parker. Parker hits it up, and they're all going to run up and look at it.
Yeah, Eunice did not play that good on that one series, you can say. A little bit running around everywhere, everybody bumping into each other.
Looked like a scramble where they were all lost. It's now 24-10. Loving has scored 2 straight. Mcdonald back to serve again. She hits a good one here. Rangel Jones with the first touch goes over toward the out of bounds. Rangel tried to save it, couldn't do it. So a misplayed first touch ends up in a 24-11 score here.
Still game point for Eunice, man.
So here goes McDonald again. She hits it over toward Parker. Parker's first touch goes off the ceiling, but Granados keeps it alive, and then Tinley Acosta hits it over. Loving struggles with that one, and that is going to be a point, and that is game. It is 25-11. Eunice wins set number 2.
That was a good win right there. Should have won by more, but we'll take a win.
So now we will prepare for the third set. Eunice is up 2-0 here.
2-0 district game, right?
I'm going to clear my little score app here and get back to my zeros, and we will be ready. That last set was brought to you by Eunice Pump and Supply. Becky Nogelmeyer, Brandon Matthews, and all the crew down there. If you've got issues out on the set, on location, you can set out there, or you can come back in here and sit down and have a cup of coffee with Brandon Matthews and Miss Nogelmeyer and get you some items to get everything fixed up back on location.
Items.
That's right.
And they have a little bit of everything. And like I said last time, if they don't have it, they'll chase it down for you and take it to you.
So here the student section getting rowdy again. The cheerleaders and whatnot are throwing some volleyballs up into the bleachers.
That one scared me. I thought it was coming at me.
I thought it was coming. I saw it coming. It was a changeup, though. It looked like it was throwing the fastball, but they really threw the changeup. It wasn't going too quick. But, yeah, I thought it was going to get me for a second.
As long as nobody falls off the stands on that far corner, we're okay.
Once again, we want to remind everybody that the Lady Cardinals will continue district play. They've only got 3 district games left, and then that's the end of the season as far as the regular season. I think it is a strong possibility that they'll make the playoffs, all depending on how they finish here. I think if they were to lose tonight and maybe lose those next 2, they'd probably be knocked out. I think a win here tonight probably gets them at least into the tournament. I think they're doing 12 again this year, but I'm not certain. And they're currently sitting at that 8th spot, so as far as the rankings go.
And Albuquerque, correct, if they make the seed?
I would guess, but I'm not certain there either.
We'll see how it works out. They just got to play hard so they can win district, man.
Yep.
And they have the ability to win it. They proved it already. They can beat everybody.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, and then once again, as we mentioned before, that Hagerman team has already beat Mescalero. They've already beat Cloudcroft. And, they've already got a win over Capitan. Those
are a lot of tough teams.
Those are 3 of teams that at the time when Capitan, or when they beat them, they were all ranked number 1.
Yep.
So the Cardinals are shuffling some things around here, maybe? No, they're not going to shuffle.
No.
It's going to be the same. So they're just waiting on the little kick butt thing that they do.
If it ain't broken, don't fix it, right?
Yep. So they're going to have Tinley Acosta, Parker, and Jones, and probably Rangel set up in that little 2-4 setup that they do. No, they're going to move 3 of them and just leave Jones, Acosta, and Parker back there in the back.
We need to learn better terminology for volleyball, you know that?
Maybe, yeah, we have to work on it a little bit. We'll have to do some studying. So here comes the serve from number 25. That's Martinez, and she hits it all the way out of bounds.
Martinez.
So the Lady Cards will pick up point number 1. It is 1-0.
And the fans are screaming Cardinals, huh?
Granada serves that one. It's a good one.
50-50 ball.
It's a 50-50 ball at the net. Rangel wins that 50-50 ball. They set Rodriguez, and she hits it out of bounds. So it is now 2-0 in favor of the Lady Cardinals.
I'm very impressed the girls are winning the 50-50 balls tonight.
They've battled and got up there and got after them.
That's a big game changer.
Granada's back to serve again. She throws it up and hits it over. It's a pretty good one. The first touch by Montoya. Then they set not Rodriguez. That one's number 21, Montoya, and she hits it into the net. So that was Montoya to Montoya.
Montoya to Montoya.
So it's now 3-0. Yolanda Granados with 3 service points. Here comes another one.
Good serve.
Pretty good first touch, and then Loving's just going to clear it. Rangel struggles with that first touch. It goes through her hands, and that's going to be a point for the Lady Falcons.
And we get 6 out of this one.
So it's 3-1, and they're going to send number 12. That's Rodriguez back to serve. This young lady's a good player for the Lady Falcons. She throws it up and hits it over, and that is one. Acosta does a good touch. They set
good job.
Gallant slams it down, but Loving keeps it alive. They're going to send it to Rangel, just hits it across.
Miss Boyd almost walked to the court.
So Granados does a really good job there of keeping that ball alive, and then Gallant just clears it across. And then
partially tipped at the net, and they just couldn't play it off that.
And that is the other Rodriguez, Brooklyn Rodriguez, that slams that one home for the Lady Falcons, and the Cardinals couldn't do anything with it. So it is now 3-2 in favor of the Lady Cardinals.
This is the closest set we've had all night.
Yes, so far for sure.
Well, we couldn't return that first hit.
And Jones dives in. I was looking at my score app, but I saw her sliding across the floor and the ball going out. So she dove down the sideline, tried to pick it up, and was unable to. So it is now 3-3. Tie ball game. Here comes the serve from Rodriguez, and Gallant misplays that one.
Chloe saved it.
Oh, Jones saves it.
Jones saved it, and Gallant hit it back over.
Woo.
And we got that point.
I looked down to give the Falcons a point, and Chloe Jones went running to the back and saved the ball. And
that's a very good job. You missed it.
Made a fool out of me.
That's a good job on her part.
So here goes Jones' serve. She gets a good serve. It's going to be an ace. So Jones with the service ace. It's now 5-3.
Must have heard you. She was like, Dad, you gonna watch me or not?
She was like, you're gonna say I screwed something up here. So Jones back to serve again. Here comes the serve. It's a good one back into the corner. Loving misplays it, and it's another ace.
That's pretty cool how she's playing the whole backside. Serves on one side and comes back to center.
So Chloe picking spots where she wants to hit it to. It's now 6-3. The Lady Cards in the lead. Here goes the serve from Jones. They misplay it, but I think they're going to keep it alive. They do, and they clear it. Jones with a good first touch. Over to Granados. Granados to Parker. Parker slams it down, but the Falcons keep it alive. A 50-50 ball at the net.
And
the Falcons are in the net, so that is 7-3.
And another 50-50 ball we won. I think we won one every night. I mean, all night.
Jones back to serve again. It's 7-3. Lady Cards in the lead. Jones hits this one deep, and it is in. The Falcons decided to let it fall, and it fell right in the line.
Yeah, they thought it was out.
So it's 8-3 in favor of the Lady Cardinals. Jones back to serve again. Eunice with an 8-3 lead. She throws it up and hits it over.
Good serve.
Deep, and the Falcons were confused over who was going to get it, and Jones gets another ace.
Is it 9-3?
9-3.
Because this scoreboard was saying 3. I was kind of confused. Okay. And Loving caused a timeout. They did this last time. This seems real similar to the second set.
Yes. So it's 9-3 in favor of the Lady Cardinals. The Loving coach not happy about it. He's letting them have it over there. No. Eunice has done a really good job.
They have tonight, man. And this is how they need to play against any team that comes in their house.
Yep. Yeah, they've got in here and battled today.
Because they have the potential and they're seasoned enough to go far in the playoffs.
So Jones back waiting on the serve. There's still 30 seconds. These volleyball timeouts are kind of interesting because they put like a minute or 2 minutes, whatever it is, on the clock. And then usually when both teams finish talking, they just walk out there and start playing. So it's a little different than some sports.
Yeah, they're trying to ice Chloe like a field goal kicker.
Yeah. So they're letting her stand out there. They're looking at the clock, letting the clock tick down.
It's kind of like a free throw thing, huh?
Yeah.
That's what you do. You call
timeout, let them stand out there. So the Falcons break the huddle. They return to the court.
Chloe still serving.
Jones back to serve. She throws it down, dribbles it around, does a little spin move. She's practicing her basketball moves, and now she's ready. Here comes the whistle. She throws it up and hits it over. And that ball went right over the edge. And then the Falcons were able to keep it alive. They spin it over the top of the net. Eunice sends it back to them. A little bump set, and here comes a little spike or a little dink. The Lady Cards keep it alive. They set Bella Garrett, and Bella Garrett drives it through the Falcon defense for a point.
I mean, if she's the MVP of the player right now of the game. She's doing very good.
She's had a very good night,
very good night. Blocking, spiking, and pushing that ball.
It is 10-3 in favor of the Lady Cardinals. Chloe Jones still serving. And she serves that one right off the top of the net, but it gets across. Loving keeps it alive.
Help her, somebody.
Oh, and then we struggle to get it back over. I had some good hustle there, but the Falcons are going to score. It's 10-4.
Well, threw the Eunice Cardinal players off. The ball came back over because they didn't think it was going to come over, and they made something.
And it spun right over the net. Those balls are always really tough to deal with. This is number 5, Faith McDonald for the Loving Falcons. She's going to hit it across. We did a good job just to send that one back over the net. So Loving with a little bump set. They set Cozart.
It's partially blocked at the net.
Acosta does a good job of keeping it alive, and then they set it up to Bella. Bella pushes it across. They set up Rodriguez.
Good. She blocked at the net.
Blocks right at the net.
That was a good block.
Once again, a little confusion as to who was going to take that second touch over there, and then Loving hits it into the net.
On that block there, Rangel did, man, he almost dropped it back. You see that?
Yeah.
Oh, that girl came with. That was a good block.
Hit it hard. So it's now 11-4 in favor of the Lady Cardinals. The senior, Denise Rangel, will be back to serve.
Cardinals just rolling right now.
So Rangel is ready. She spins it around, throws it up, and hits it over. Montoya with the first touch. It's a 50-50 ball. Tinley Acosta slams it back down. Loving's able to keep it alive. Jones with the first touch. Granados with the next touch.
Kill it.
Parker, and Parker slams it. Loving keeps it alive, though. And then we had a misplayed ball by us at the net, but Parker set up again.
Man.
Loving does another good job of keeping it alive. Parker sets Garrett. Garrett slams it down for the point.
Garrett's unconscious out there. Unconscious, man. She's killing it, brother.
Bella Garrett has come alive here today. The senior has said,
timing too.
I want to get things going in the right direction. It's 12-4. Eunice leads 2-0. Here comes the serve from Rangel. It's misplayed, and it will be an ace.
Good job, ladies.
13-4 in favor of the Lady Cardinals. Rangel doing a good job at the service line.
She has she'll get the ball. Like Chloe will dribble it. She'll get the ball, dribble it twice, and then she kind of slaps her cheeks. Watch.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the cheek slap move. She throws it down and then slams the cheeks, and then she gets an ace. So whatever works.
Yes.
And then she slams her cheeks a couple more times. So here she goes. She's going to throw it down, slap the cheeks, and she's ready to go.
Kind of like a routine or something.
Yeah, she throws it up and hits it. It's a good serve.
If it works, man, keep doing it, girl.
Loving keeps it alive. They hit it into the net.
Yeah.
It's now 15-4.
How many points has she gotten there with? 5?
I think that's 5 straight service points for Rangel.
And if you notice, most of our girls, when they serve, they get 5 or more points when they serve. That's good.
So there went the cheeks. She throws it up, hits it over.
Beautiful. It's not going to return.
Loving. They hit it outside the pole. I thought the ball was out long ago. I'd already stopped talking. From here, it looked like it was out.
Yeah, it looked like it was out, but it came over and Bella didn't play. I was like, what happened? But it was out of bounds.
So 16-4 in favor of the Lady Cardinals. Rangel still serving.
Oh,
she hits that one out of bounds. So it'll be 16-5.
We'll take it. We have room to improve right now.
That's number 21. Katie Montoya will be back to serve for the Lady Falcons. She dribbles it a few times. She's ready. She throws it up, hits it over. Jones is up. Nope. Granada stepped in front of her and hit it up. We get it back over, and we're going to send it across.
Oh, look at that.
Two girls run into each other. And number 23, that's Cozart.
Give it to her.
Jones with the first touch to Granados over to Parker. Parker slams it in for the point.
Good job, man.
That makes it 17-5 in favor of the Lady Cardinals. They're already up 2-0.
And this is the third game, huh?
Kiki Parker, the junior, back to serve.
Is it third game or third set?
This is the third set. This serve is brought to you by the Eunice Public Schools. They will serve you up in their cafeteria, just like Parker just served you up right there with another point. It is 18-5.
Which, by the way, was an ace.
An ace for Parker. You can get an A in your classes, an ace algebra at Eunice Public Schools. Parker with another service.
It's not going to return. Oh.
Point right there. That makes it 19-5.
And Loving's trying their hardest right now. They just kind of can't get it together to return that ball.
Hadn't been able to get anything going. This next serve will be brought to you by Cardinal Hardware, where they serve up all your needs.
She called it in or out?
She
pointed in.
She pointed in. I thought it was out, but now they're going to call it out. So they're going to say that one's out. So they're going to give that point to the Falcons. So that's Rodriguez back to serve. She throws it up, hits it over. Parker with the first touch over to Rangel. Rangel over to Granados. Granados clears it. Number 21, that's Montoya, is going to set, and she's going to double hit it. So that makes it 20-6 in favor of the Lady Cardinals.
Poor Loving, they're shooting themselves in the foot, right?
Bella Garrett will step back to serve. Jones will go to the bench, the libero, and Gallant comes in at this left side. Here goes the serve by Garrett. Student section still getting rowdy. They're going to set Rodriguez, who slams it down, and Rangel, it hits her almost in the face.
Did she protect herself, or did she try to hit the ball?
I think a mixture of both.
Wow.
20-7.
That would have hurt the moneymaker, huh?
Yes, it would. 23. Samantha Cozart back to serve. She throws it up and hits it. The Rangel.
50-50 ball.
Rangel's first touch was up over the edge of the net, and Loving wins the 50-50. That makes it 20-8.
We haven't struggled that much tonight with that first hit, but we've kind of improved on it.
So Cozart back to serve again. She throws it up and hits it over. Rangel with a first touch. She hits it over to Granados. Granados to Gallant. Gallant taps it down. Loving keeps it alive. First touch by Parker. Over to Acosta. Acosta with a double hit. That'll make it 20-9.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but last game we did the same thing here when we had 20 points. Kind of relaxed a little bit.
We did that the first set, too.
We can't
do
that.
We did that against Hagerman.
We can't do that, Coach.
So here goes Cozart. She throws it up, hits it over. Jones with the first touch. It's up to Granados. Granados just slaps it across, and Loving going to get back the other way. First touch there.
There it is. Kill it, girl.
And they set Gallant, and Gallant slams it home. It is now 21-9.
Kill it, girl.
Yeah, so the Cardinals are up 21-9 here in set number 3.
Let's finish the game,
Tinley
ladies.
Acosta back to serve. She throws it up, hits it across. It's a good serve by Acosta. Montoya with a good first touch. That's 21. Montoya, the other Montoya, and then they send it across. Jones with the first touch. Parker gets ran into by Granados, but they send it across. They're going to set number 5, Mcdonald. Jones with a good first touch. Gallant sends it across.
Oh, they bump into each other. No communication.
So Jones and Acosta that time are bumping into each other.
Yeah, there's a good volley on Loving's side. They actually did something this time.
So 21-10 in favor of the Lady Cardinals. So Loving sends number 25. That's Alicia Martinez back to serve for the Falcons. She throws it up and hits it over. A left-handed serve. The first touch there by McKenna McBee, who gets some time here, goes sailing out of bounds.
Sailing out of bounds.
So that'll make it 21-11.
21-11, ladies.
So you now got McKenna McBee, Jones, Parker, and Rangel kind of lined up in that little 2-4 back set. Here comes the serve. Jones with the first touch up to Granados. Granados to Rangel. She slams it down and they block her. So that's going to make it 21-12. We've done this every set. We get quite a ways ahead and then we struggle to finish.
Do you think they just quit pressing or slow down a little bit or take it?
I'm not real sure what the cause is, but it definitely happens. So here goes Martinez with the left-handed serve for Loving. She hits it to Jones. Jones with a good first touch. Up to Granados. Granados to Gallant. Gallant hits it. Loving is going to keep it alive. Rangel hits it up backwards toward Jones. Jones to Granados. Granados hits it across. Martinez hits it over to McDonald. McDonald slams it home. Jones keeps it alive again. Granados sends it across. They're going to set up Rodriguez. Parker keeps that one alive, and Granados sends it across.
Good volley.
They're going to set the back row this time. There's some Granados to Parker. Parker to Rangel. Rangel slams it home, but Loving keeps it alive. Quite a volley we've got going on here. Jones is going to get the first touch. To Parker.
Help. We lost that volley, Coach.
Yes, we did.
It wasn't because of lack of effort there.
So
we did a couple of things over here.
So it's 21-13 now in favor of the Lady Cardinals, but this Loving team not going down without a fight. Alicia Martinez, the left-hander, throws it up and she hits it deep. McBee with the first touch. Jones keeps it alive. Rangel hits it deep. It stays in. Loving keeps it alive. They throw it to McDonald. McDonald hits it across. Jones with the first touch. Over to Parker. Parker to Gallant. Gallant slams it down, and we get a point.
That was nice, huh? Good job, ladies.
So that makes it 22-13, and Yolanda Granados will be back to serve.
Finish them, Yolanda. Let's go now.
So Granados back to serve, waiting on the official. There's the whistle. Here comes the serve. The serve back to Montoya. Montoya to Martinez. Martinez to the other Rodriguez, and she slams it into the net.
Couldn't handle that set there, huh?
So it's now 23-13. The Loving Falcons will take a timeout to talk about it.
Once again, man, they're for a little bit. The ladies didn't play that great. And that will hurt us. Once we play more competitive teams, that can hurt us.
And we've done this all season. You know, like I said, we play in spurts. When we're playing well, we're as good as anybody. But when we decide to go to sleep, we don't look real good.
Yeah,
and we can look real bad for a few points. And like you said, against those top-level teams, you can't do that.
You cannot do that. You cannot do that.
So Yolanda Granados is back at the service line. She's ready to go, just waiting on the Falcons to return to the court. The Falcons are back out on the court. Rangel's a late runner. She runs out there onto the court.
Believe she's going to hit left-handed? No.
So here goes the serve from Granados. She hits it across. It's deep. Rodriguez struggles with the first touch. Over to Montoya. Montoya clears it. They hit it to Rangel. Rangel to Granados, and Gallant
came down with the thunder, huh?
It is now 24-13 in favor of the Lady Cardinals, and we've got game point here. So 24. Granados will be back to serve. Eunice just needs 1 point here to win.
She serves her number 8, got it.
Montoya to Rodriguez. Rodriguez clears it. Jones with a good first touch. Over to Granados. Granados to Gallant, and Gallant finishes it in fashion. That makes it 25-13. The Lady Cardinals win today 3-0.
Man, she came down with authority on that one. She was the last one of the night, and she smashed it, bro.
That is a great way to finish some volleyball there with a Caitlin Gallant slam for the point.
That's a good job on the Lady Cardinals tonight. They came and they performed, and hopefully they can continue doing that throughout the playoffs. Or district play, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was definitely a good deal. My throat has gotten scratchy here, so I'm kind of going, trying to clear my throat. The
lady talking, huh?
Yeah, probably. The Lady Cards are posing right out in front of their student section, who's making a lot of noise
and signs.
We appreciate them. It's pretty neat to see some school spirit. You know, this type of thing. I've missed it. We haven't had it the last several years, and I like seeing it. Miss Davis. We wish her well. I know that she has helped get this going, and we appreciate that. And I know me, for one, I think noise and school and sports go together. To me, this is where the kids get to, kind of relieve some stress and
make
all
it a
that
better
sort of
atmosphere
stuff.
to play around and enjoy it.
Yeah, so anyway, we appreciate the kids. We appreciate Miss Davis letting them get noisy and rowdy. It's a pretty good deal. I don't know what they're doing.
I think it's that silent raffle, or that they were selling tickets for the goal.
So I tell you what, let's just close this thing out. Once again, Saturday, the Lady Cardinals will travel up to Tatum. That will be on either the Tatum site or the Eunice site. You can listen to it here on the Knoll Mark